All right, we're gonna try another recipe in the Instant Pot. This time we're gonna try a roast. I have put it on saute, and on my model, I hit it twice to go to the more. And I'm gonna try to get the saute mode hot, leaving the lid off. I'm gonna get this hot. I'm gonna try to sear.
Put your hand in there.
I am not putting my hand in there. I'm gonna try to sear the pan. Sear the roast. All right, we're gonna season the roast liberally with salt and pepper.
What kind of salt is that?
I think this is sea salt.
Sea
Kosher
salt.
or sea salt. Let me switch hands.
Which one's the most coarse?
Sea.
Sea salt is?
This is kosher.
Okay.
Probably supposed to use kosher. Not good for our heart or our blood pressure, but we're do it anyway so it'll taste good.
It's all about the taste.
The indicator shows that it's hot on saute mode, so hopefully the oil will shimmer.
Shimmer. What does shimmer mean?
See how it's kind of wavy?
Oh,
see
yeah,
how it's
see that.
shimmering?
That's a shimmer, okay.
That's a shimmer. And then we're going to try to sear it on all sides. Let's see if we got it hot enough.
That looks heavy.
Does that going to fit? I'm
Yeah,
gonna cut
it fit. Down the middle she goes.
Just in case it won't fit, do it in 2 pieces.
You don't taste it?
No, I'm not tasting raw beef. This is a sirloin tip and not a chuck. It's a leaner cut of meat.
Okay.
Yep, that's what we're looking for. Let me sear it.
Sizzling.
On all sides. All right, I have seared the meat on both sides. And we'll take it out. All right, so we got the meat out, and now we're going to, on the front, we're going to hit. The recipe that I'm using is from pressurecookrecipes.com. It's Amy and Jackie's website. It says to press the cancel to get it off the hot, and then we will go back saute to the regular saute mode. And now we're going to saute some onion and garlic.
Ooh, I love onion and garlic.
I want a little more olive oil.
Okay.
And we're going to add in the sliced onions and saute them for about a minute or 2, I think. Let me check the recipe.
Makes me cry. A little salt and pepper in there.
Stir the onions around for about they said 1 minute, but I don't know if these are going to be sauteed in 1 minute. So I'm going to wait till they're about sauteed, and then we're going to add a dab of garlic. Red wine, which we don't have, or a splash of balsamic vinegar to deglaze the pan. And to take a wooden spoon and scrape up all that stuff. I believe it's called fond. I'm trying to get everything off the bottom. Then we are going to add stock. The recipe called for chicken, but I like beef stock with red meat, so we will add the stock. And then some seasonings and the meat back.
You added a little stock?
Added some beef stock and some seasonings. My roast recipe calls for a packet of dry onion soup mix, which I do not have. And even though we used onion and garlic, I'm going to add another splash of onion and garlic and a little more salt and pepper. And this recipe called for using fish sauce, which I do not have. And some rosemary and thyme, which I have dried. So we will add a little more seasoning and then put the meat back on. And bay leaves. And now we will stir all that up. Whatever seasonings you like. I'm kind of loosely following this recipe at Pressure Cook Recipes, and now we'll put the meat back in and then bring it up and get it ready to pressure cook.
Do you worry about chewing on a leaf later?
We will dig the red bay leaves out, don't you worry. Alright, so now we got to get the lid back on. Always the hard part.
Awesome.
We're going to seal it. It needs to go to sealing.
Okay.
We're going to pressure cook or manual. The recipe said 45 minutes, but I've read a lot, and I'm going to start off at about 50. Even though that doesn't have the vegetables in it, it'll cook a little longer. We're going to let it go 50 and then check it.
We like it tender.
We like it. Okay, it just beeped. Now it's finished the 50 minutes. We're going to let it natural pressure release, or NPR, for about 20 or 25 minutes, and then I'll check it, see if it needs any more before I put the veggies in. All right, I've let it naturally release for 25 minutes, so now I'm going to try to open it up and see what it looks like.
The moment of truth. Reminds me of an old video game for sure.
All right, I have no idea if that's tender or not. Yeah, it's pretty tender.
Looks
I think
pretty
it's going
good.
to be okay. It's going to be sliceable, not shreddable. Are you okay with that?
Oh, yeah.
Just slice it.
Perfect.
All right. We'll take the meat out and let it rest and put the veggies in. All right, the meat's out and tinted, and we're going to add some potatoes and carrots and put it back to high pressure for, I think it was 4 minutes. And I did try to stir it and get it all the way down, most everything down in the broth to try to cover it. There's plenty of liquids for it to cook. All right, so we canceled from the cook before. Now we're going to set it to pressure cook, bottom right, for 4 minutes. Got to come way down. The veggies won't take long. And then we're going to do a quick release. Okay, I timed it. It took it about 12 minutes to come back to pressure. So now the veggies will cook for 4. So it's a brilliant marketing strategy to call this thing instant, but with it coming to pressure and naturally releasing pressure, it's not that fast, but it does seem to be giving pretty good results. All right, it just kicked off, and now I'm going to do a quick release with a towel over it. And try to figure out how to record it. All right, I quick release the vegetables, and now I'm going to take them out with a slotted spoon. And then once I get those out, I'm going to add a cornstarch slurry, which is a mixture of cornstarch and water, and thicken up the juices, the broth, and make more of a gravy. All right, I added the cornstarch slurry. The recipe didn't say, it just said to mix it in, but it didn't seem to be thickening, so I did put it back on saute. And there's the steam to try to thicken it up, and then we will add the veggies and the meat back. My husband is slicing it up.
And I'm sure it's going to be delicious.
And we've completely fogged up. All right, so we thickened up the gravy. My husband sliced / shredded. Most of it sliced pretty good, the roast. And add everything back. And it's in here. We're fixing to taste it. But so far, the little nibbles we've had have been really good. So I'd say that the second meal we've made in our Instant Pot, don't stick your hand in there, burn it. I'd say the second meal we made in our Instant Pot has been a success. And it's an easy roast beef. I will leave the link that I sort of followed as a guideline below. Thank you so much for stopping by our channel. Let's Cook, y'all. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe. And if you've got a great recipe for us to try in the Instant Pot, be sure and let us know an idea or a link to a recipe. We'd love to try something else. Thanks for stopping by. Have a blessed day. Bye, y'all.